Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is Saturday, the 20th of September, 2025. I am your host, the Chosen One, and I'm joined today by Robin Hood RS on the play-by-play, and of course, Bogle behind the scenes on the camera. We are currently on a 15-minute delay as we watch the 14 UTC time slot here on Albion Asia. So if you guys out there in the real world have reports of action, please contact us through Discord. It is the fastest, most secure way to get a hold of us and let us know where there are some fights. Now, Robin, it's we're on Albion Asia. It's Saturday, so we will have some castles. But the wars for stuff is kind of quiet.
A little bit too quiet. A little bit too quiet. We do have 2 territories under attack today. Not sure if we're going to see anything on that front. We'll be holding our breaths. It's going to be Everwinter Reach, the zone that we're currently in, and 2 maps away in Everwinter Peak as well. Both under attack by the same group, and that's going to be Laughing Boulevard.
Okay.
And those boys. In the other zone, we do have a banner raised, and I think this is why these guys are moving through zones at the moment to go defend that territory. I think. Maybe. We'll see. Nope, they're turning around. Okay.
We're going to just go walk around, in style here.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Laughing Boulevard guys out again. We haven't seen them in a while. We watched them almost every day for about 3 weeks, and then they were gone. Hoping they come back, and we do get to watch a little bit more of their action on a regular basis. They did throw down.
Yeah. Tricity and the boys of Journey Uncharted who are working with Laughing Boulevard are the ones with the banner raised in Everwinter Peak. So far, like I mentioned, no sign of a defense force here. It is Karma Alliance that own the territory.
Okay. Not really familiar with the Karma Alliance. We know the guilds inside.
Laughing Boulevard just zoned in as well, so these guys are fully grouped here with a level 24 disarray debuff. I don't think we're going to get anything here. Yeah, it's we'll see how things move. Obviously, like we mentioned, we do have legendary castles at the top of the hour, which should hopefully give us some decent content here today. Not a lot of value in territories at the moment. Not a lot of reason to spark beef between another group, so to speak. That really happens towards mid-season, as we move in towards the end of the season here. Yeah, it could be a little bit quiet.
Well, hopefully something happens and we have something more than just a couple of walls getting smashed before we head out to some castle fights at the top of the hour. I don't want to end up having to just do some, news today. I don't want to spend the whole time doing that. But hopefully, a little fight will happen. I mean, there's potential.
There is potential indeed. Well, looking at the season rankings, while we have a little bit of downtime, I think we already know who's going to be taking rank 1 this season. All Rise all the way out in front with 143,000 season points on the road to securing their 2nd gem. We're literally only a week into the season, by the way. We are 7 days in.
This is the 7-day mark and 143K. Not too shabby. Actually, 82 isn't shabby either. I'm seeing some pretty decent numbers out here. These guys are working. Not familiar with Stellar Alliance and the Content Alliance. That seems pretty new.
Yeah, not sure who they are as well. Maybe they are very active in another timer that we don't cover here.
They say they're from 6 to 16, so they should be around now. They have 236 members active last week alone. That's pretty good. 7 territories and 5 hideouts, so they're racking up the hideouts. They're
They
doing
are,
okay.
they are actually out and about right now. They are securing a legendary vortex for themselves here in White Bank Stream, as they chain it along through the zone here. They got a little bit of a way to go. They got a couple of zones to traverse through to get to their home zones here.
Okay.
Looking at the map, I think their home zone is Glacier Fall Cross. That's the one that's already glowing here on the map. So yeah, these guys have been, doing a little bit of raiding, a little bit of everything. It seems like they have declared that they will be securing rank 2 this season. It's in their guild bio, so they're not going to be looking to contest rank 1. Then pure gold. But we'll see where they end up. Rank 3 obviously is a bit of an interesting one. Western Paradise in rank 4 at the moment. Papaya also in rank 5. So yeah, we'll see. Things are flowing along steadily here. Quite a lot of guilds, up in the 20 to 30k region and above. So too shabby so far.
I like to see the efforts that people are making during this first week of the season. I would like it more if they were fighting over it, but we understand that it's not easy to fight over anything over here on Albion Asia.
True. Correct. Is what it is, as they say in the biz. But yeah, it's could be a sleeper season. Obviously, we were hoping for that massive coalition server war to unfold. That fizzled out, unfortunately, during off season. And that then led to, a couple guilds announcing their closure. We saw Henry, aka W79, stepping away from the game across all 3 servers because of IRL issues. So yeah, things unfortunately didn't turn into anything here on Albion Asia. We had a week of, or probably about a week and a half of off-season content. That was it.
Okay. Well, it's a tricky situation over here. Like we complain about the massive hand-holding situation, and then people start to build up their forces, and then it does seem that there's a lot of folding during the off season when people get together and try to work together to make something happen. Like, I don't know, like there's a force that's stronger than them that just causes them to fold before anything ever really happens.
Yeah, I mean, raises the question, like, why would you start a war during off season anyway?
Yeah.
When you're trying to advance inwards, holding territories, making sure fortification walls are up, all those things matter, and they do impact the outcomes. Obviously, if territories are in play and hideouts are in play at the same time, you can force splits and different focus areas across different parts of the outlands. When it's just hideouts being the main pure focus, of course the 1,000 strong coalition are just going to bear down on one zone, right, and deny everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I question it every time I see it, and I never understand why they choose to do it, but they carry on choosing to do it.
It's when the hype starts, man. It's because, like, they always say they're going to wait until the beginning of the season. That's the plan, right? So, guys, what we're going to do is, like, when the off-season starts, we're going to hop into our new guild. We're going to do a couple of weeks of getting things prepped together, and, we'll get things ready so that we'll be ready to go at the beginning of the season. And that sentence is uttered 3 weeks before the season ends. And then the next day, they start making their guild. And then they're in the guild with a week left to go in the season. And then they're fighting 3 days after the season ends, inevitably, because you can't deny a group that's seething for content, that all comes together for content. Tell them you have to wait. You can't do that. They're not going to want to do that. And then they get their asses kicked. So they don't get what they wanted. So they get mad because you took them all out of their guilds, you took them out their comfort zones, brought them all together with a promise, and then you couldn't make them wait, which you knew was the smart thing to do because you had to get them content. You go get them content, and it's a failure every single time. And it's like everybody thinks they're going to be the first ones to be able to do this, like to win a war in the off season. But there's a reason why you can't. Without territories to hold, without being able to bleed the hideouts, without being able to do a bunch of the external activities that you get by being able to spread out your opponent, even, I mean, it makes it very, very hard because you're putting a singular target on yourself. I'm going here. Stop me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting play, one that never works. I did find one of our shot callers doing a little bit of faction warfare with his guild. So these guys are prepping in the yellow zones, doing some faction warfare. We haven't got anything else to throw up on screen here. And it's a good transition because this is the next content update. This is, the main piece of content that is getting focused to get reworked and have a new lick of life for it at the end of this season and before season 30 starts is when the update's going to land. So hopefully sometime in November. Looking forward to it, Chosen. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we've heard some pretty good things about people and the current state of faction warfare just by changing the IP level. It has made it drastically improved for the average player, right? No more of those yellow zone Andes coming in there in their 8-4, just slapping people around and giggling as they boot away, right? No, it's a little bit harder now for everybody. They're all in the same playing field, which makes it better for everybody. And it's been constant content from what I've seen. And we have a lot to look forward to in the next update, don't we, Robin?
We do indeed. Though we do not have a new dev talk on the topic just yet. Hopefully that will come sooner rather than later. But some of the core issues that the dev team want to address is obviously travel time, coming back or getting to fights. It's always a bit of a downer when you're faction flagging in the city and then you look at the map and you have to run 10 maps to get to at least the front line, and you don't even know if your faction are actually fighting in that zone until you actually get inside the map itself. So that's being addressed. Obviously right now the only major objective we have here in the current faction warfare system is the outposts. That is getting addressed as well. There will be new objectives added for faction warfare as well. And then some other things as well. Yeah. I was really careful about what I was saying.
You did a great job there, and you're gonna be able to be careful on this too. So I'm gonna set you up for a couple of questions. Don't worry, I know where the limits are. I think we're gonna be okay here. So there was an internal playtest, and that happened recently, and our good guy Robin here was able to actually get some information on that test. Not that he can share much with you guys, not a lot of specifics, but we can talk about the issues that were raised by the developers of more centralized fights, more objectives, and getting to fights quickly. You did get to see instances of all those things happening, correct?
I didn't watch the playtest myself.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you got to hear about it afterwards.
I had a meeting that occurred after the playtest happened. But what I saw myself, I think all the issues that have been raised by the development team will be God damn it, Chosen will be addressed very well.
I mean, like some of the things you said, I can say that it sounds like there will be new objectives, multiple objectives. There'll be some different things to do that are different than the current ones that do cause people to focus more on PvP. I think from what you told me, I can be confident in saying that. That sounds good. Getting to the fights faster sounds effective and good. I like the way they're working on that, and the way they're tackling some of the biggest problems of the way the lattice system works currently. I like the way they're working on that too, so there won't be as much back capping and stuff like that. That situation won't be an everyday occurrence where you're dealing with, oh gosh, well, I pushed them all the way, now they're behind me. Great. Now we can't do anything. We got to run 4 zones behind us. Awesome. Big waste of time. None of that. No more of that. So that's great to see as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think as well, the update is going to hit for the average player quite well. It's going to probably also entice some of the big ZVZ players into the content as well again, because this isn't the first major overhaul to faction warfare. The last time we had an overhaul to faction warfare, it removed the ability of full loot PvP when faction flagged in blue and yellow zones. So it took away the banging at the gates of, say, Limhurst when you're for Sterling locked and battling the quote unquote zombie horde until everyone's dead. It took away that, and I got a feeling we may see a return of something along those lines with the new content update for faction warfare. But yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later, we will have a dev talk that will give us more information and allow us to divulge this information more openly to the player base, because we are skirting around what we can and cannot say. But it is coming towards that time, right? It is where
we should getting a dev talk. Yes.
Yeah, it's coming. It's real close.
I mean, we like, we're talking about this before the season ended. We told everybody we expected one when we came back. We're like, well, it's either going to be the week before we come back or the week we come back. And I'm pretty sure it's not next week, Robin.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean, we asked and we got the shrug. So it was. I know they're working on one. They've said that they're working on one. They're planning to get one out. But these actually take a few weeks to get done from the beginning to the end. It takes quite a while. There's script writing, there's approval, there's editing and cuts to get the B-roll footage. Then there's the recording and the editing of that. And then you have to get it approved once again. Yeah, it can be a nightmare getting things approved for a dev talk, because it's official communications. What they say in that goes.
Official communication.
Do it. Yeah. Yeah. That's why we get to speculate, because we're not official communication.
Exactly.
Yeah. Boogle, you there?
Is not.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to share any insane speculation while you're here? Because we're not official, you can say something crazy and we'll just couch it.
So the new faction mode that's gonna happen is a dragon boat that will allow you to go from the water to the other water.
Is it
by flying?
Does the other water another server? Is that the other server? So you take a dragon boat to another server?
No. Just.
Oh, can't do that. Okay.
No.
Just dragon boat warfare. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it at least as big as one entire screen so that you can't see anything but the boat?
Yeah, you need about 15 people to row it. Otherwise, it just doesn't do anything.
Neat. All right. Great to hear. Okay, well, Nighty is still going at it over here in Faction Warfare. We got to see them die a little bit.
We do have canceled content.
Oh, thank God. Something's actually happening.
I know. Right on time. Thank God.
How do guys who, cast soccer do it?
They just get to waffle about anything, right? But
and he kicks the ball. It's exciting. It's going up. It's down. He's kicking it again.
Yeah, but they have player stats and
yes, true.
Football club history that they can talk about.
They can talk about how many times he's kicked the ball.
Exactly, and how many times that ball has entered into a net.
goes in the right direction. How many times he's kicked it in the wrong net?
Exactly.
And they have
a lot of waffle.
Like in such amazing ways. They can say on a full moon, on a Tuesday, this guy has a 50% kicking accuracy rate from 15 meters or greater. I don't know. I don't know how soccer works. I'm sure there's a ball.
Yeah, I don't watch that shit either.
So we have Marchin over here.
Yeah, it is going to be Giga of the Scavengers Guild taking on Initial Engage, and it is once again going to be in Great Mountain Cliffs, the place to be for this scale of content. Some great action normally occurs here in Zone. It's pretty early, to be honest. We're only 21 minutes into the prime time window.
Well, people needed something, Robin. Sometimes you need something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Initial Engage will have in-zone re-gear, so they have that going for them, which is nice. Scavengers, I actually am not quite sure where they are living.
Well, we got, Giga's holding defensive point so far. We'll see what the re-gears come, when they die, and then we can just go hit a follow button.
Yeah,
I know where they respawn.
Couple kills coming in there already. Initial Engage's front line. We're seeing a little bit of a combo wombo there with the Soul Scythe knock up into the Energy Shaper from the north platform there, securing a couple kills. And that will be George White there, securing 2 kills already in this battle.
Well done, George.
George.
I've got to say, Robin, we haven't really talked about how the meta has changed, but there has been a shift in meta. I noticed it very much on Albion Europe. We're seeing it very different on Albion Europe. Not a lot of that brawl anymore. We do see the brawl, but it's really changed back to, I want to say, like a more 2020 style of fight where we're seeing like launch skills, absorption, relaunch, absorb, launch skills, absorb until one of them makes a mistake again, instead of that just let's overlap and brawl. We're starting to see more movement again, groups moving around. Yesterday that was a problem for some people, not being able to move properly in the open world. It's changing a little bit finally.
Yeah, I mean, mainly because of the content that the fight's happening around, right? It's a lot of territory sieging and defending, which means that the range bomb squads can actually play the game, as they can, pick and choose where they want to engage from, from the safety behind the walls. They're not out in the open field, that they can easily get countered on and just wiped off the map. So when it's when it's like that, yeah, you're gonna see a lot more like range in play. But again, I mean, at the end of the day, brawl is king pretty much, unless you're sieging or defending a territory. And even then, sometimes brawl can work really well if you're competent enough to siege a territory and just keep your frontline tanks alive. And just wait until all the walls are down and you just flood the tower with your brawl, like you pretty much win. So we played that meta over the off season when there was no walls, playing off the Sentry Mage, very brawl heavy. I wanted to uninstall and go play Fortnite or something.
You don't like Fortnite. I know that. That's one of the ones you complain about.
Yep.
Like, that's the game you talk about when you hate video games.
Yep. But, it's one of those where unless something incredible comes in with patch notes and balance changes, we will be stuck in this really unskilled meta where group gameplay isn't rewarded, and Yeah, I mean, heck, well, we saw it on a European server as well. Battle mount spam being another thing as well. You know, there's
We saw some massive spam yesterday. I sometimes I get a little like frustrated by the amount of battle mounts we see, and we've heard such good solutions to the battle mount spam that don't seem to be excessive. You know, like they're not excessive coding, they're not excessive, to, like to the point where they're gonna ruin the value of battle mounts. They just make it so you can't spam them. Like if they're overlapping,
Yep.
they don't do anything. They cancel each other out. Great. Okay,
just like
don't
the
bring
Sweeper
two.
armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know why that is not a thing. George White though securing a couple more kills here. Now we switched to the eastern wall. And it does seem like that is, you know, a big chunk of Scavenge's DPS here. Obviously, main Zerg hitting as well. Nice little combination there with the Rock Caller denying those heals onto those 3 frontline tanks. A good play there, good positioning with the Rock Caller here to deny those heals coming out. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about there, it is, you know, questions why this isn't being, you know, actioned upon in the patch notes. You know, we still have the ride-in meta, right? You can still mount up a Zerg
That's
and
great.
ride all the way to the back lines and cut off the kite path, and that's why no one plays kite, because you can literally mount up 20 men, ride to the back lines, you know, demount, only have 5 seconds cooldown or whatever it is, and then, you know, you're good to go. So kiting is pointless in a sense because of that. We had one change come in, which was a good change with the, you know, dismount not getting your CC immunity if you have disarray debuff. You know, fantastic change. But there needs to be more. There needs to be, you know, a commitment here to overhaul the ZVZ meta and not doing it in drips and drabs. We need to have a full-blown crazy change to shake things up. Players are bored of playing the same thing over and over and over again. You know, it's why other games constantly shake up and have major balance reworks and stuff. It's so players stay engaged and they play different weapons and they play differently and they learn new play styles. Everyone's played this play style. This is like year 2 or 3. I can't even remember last time I actually saw kite being viable. I think it was back before the European server was even a thing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this year's the year, Chosen. Actually, no, it's nearly the end of the year. Maybe next year's the year, Chosen. I don't know.
I don't have a lot on that one, Robin, because I agree, but I don't have a good solution to anything other than the battle mount spam. I'll be honest. Some of the stuff when it comes to the brawl, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what to do to say how do you end a brawl in a day. The only one I can say, oh, this is pretty easy to fix, is the damn battle mount spam. And I think some of the solutions to that have been proposed are very, very achievable.
Yeah,
I really don't care if the value of battle mounts drops. I have a ton of them, and I don't care about their value. Decimate them. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, heck, let's have an extinction of battle mounts. Just nuke them out of the atmosphere. I don't care. But anyway, enough of us yipping and yapping. We'll go back to the action here. We are good at that. But good, solid engagements coming in here from both sides, but great defensives. As I say that, 3 deaths along the wall here. Actually, no, just 1 death, actually. Along the wall on that counter bomb squad engagement. We've just hit the half-an-hour mark, Chosen, so more and more guilds will start to venture out now looking for these castles. They open in 30 minutes. This is now starting to become the timer where more and more guilds probably may start showing up here in this zone.
They're going to show up somewhere, Robin. We always see that as the day goes on, people start to get more and more to their castle fights. Legendary castles are a big draw, and especially now when you're in a season with so little content, I could say. You know, it's just not a lot there as far as objective content, so you have to go for castles.
Yeah, and hopefully it will lead to... Ooh, I was going to say, it may lead to some decent content. Longbow there securing one kill. Nearly taking out the main shot caller there for initial engage as well. Went out with a sliver of HP.
We'll see how it goes. Just a couple of back and forths here. Do you see a lot of pressure on this door? They're keeping people off, and I like that. I mean, when the guys come up to start smashing, instant pressure over towards that door, keeping them back. It's going to keep this a nice slow grind towards the center.
Yeah, nice little engagement there over the wall as well. Securing another kill. Initial engage, I think, are trying to open up that south courtyard door as well. Just so they have a little bit more room to maneuver and they can venture east and west. Yeah, very slow, steady siege here. No need to rush it as well. Like, you know, they got here very early.
No, that's what you're supposed to do is get to these early. Don't get into a situation where you're racing for time. That's when mistakes happen. We see it happen every single, week. Somebody makes a mistake.
Get defensives coming down here. Initial engage, look for a return engagement. They do take down the root, the root down there as well, along with another couple kills at the gate. Nearly taking down that golem player. I think he's trapped in the wall there, actually. Yes, he is. He is dead.
Oh. Rough.
Engagement's coming in here. Handled well again here by initial engage, and these walls, or gate, shall we say, starting to fall. So that, yeah, that south courtyard door did go down. Their focus now will be that eastern gate. Very delayed DPS output there from Giga.
Yeah, we're just a little slow. Again, I'm going to say, Robin, we don't see these guys very often. We don't know how much experience they have in castle fights. Some of this might be new for them. They might be learning as they play here. I mean, some of it looks like they have experience because they're standing in the right spot. I'll say that. Not a lot of peeking pigeons so far.
Yeah, doing really well on that front. Doing really well on that front. These bombs over the wall, keeping the pressure going as well. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, yep. I do like it more when they aim at the gate. I just like keeping people on their toes and off the gate, angling it more to the east and hitting those guys, just making them back off. It's not like this. This is what you want to do. Just put the pressure on them so they have to back away for a moment. But incredibly good defensives. I don't think they took a tickle.
It was all three cleric cows activated there. Yeah. So they're either way. Those three tanks are now on, cooldown for their major defensive. And you can see actually now you can see them backing away off the gate. They're not hammering it anymore. So they are just waiting for their cooldown to come back in. And it's real interesting here, like when there's only 3 or 4 hammers on the gate, how slow these castle sieges can be. And I think this is, another quality of life change that really should come into the game here is limit how many players can actually hammer these castle gates at a time, matching it with the fortifications, right? Because if you're a small group and you're in defensive position, say like Giga is right now, let's just imagine that initial engage, has 3 or 4 times their numbers. Giga may want to defend and sit here if they have, some big boy bomb squads that are competent and know what they're doing. But the overwhelming forces are so big, they can just instantly delete the gates of the castle and just walk on in. Now, if you limit how many players can attack the gates at one time, it slows down the push. It gives the time for the smaller defending force to actually defend their castle and look for some big engagements and deletions. Kind of just evens it out just a little bit. I have seen some medium-sized groups actually request that change. We'll see if it comes in or not. We'll see if it comes in, but I do agree with it. Here we go, though. Engagements coming in over the wall, shows in, but good defenses from both sides.
We did see like these gates have fallen. They are kind of pushing. They're on time. They're ahead of the clock here. They're working smoothly towards the Lord Room, down to the last gate they have to break before they can start pushing on the final end. But this is where these bombs that these guys have been doing, these constant rotated bombs, are going to pay better dividends. This is a much harder place to defend a large group in. If you only have a few guys on the gate, it gives an instant target. They know where they're going to hit. They're going to bomb the guys on the gate. You're going to lose your cleric house. You got to reset. Slows that process down. If you bring people up into the corridor, it gives them a target to hit in the corridor. But that target isn't your tanks and allows you to grind out that door. But you're going to have to be on the point with defensives, with your support skills, with your heals, getting ready and making sure that you're absorbing and countering if you keep people up there. And I think that's honestly the better play than just the waiting game that we often see. Let me whack with 1 or 2 hammers and take 40 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
how do you like to take this castle, Robin? You do a lot of castle fights. How do you like to take this castle? What's your strategy?
I mean, eastern side is always the way here, and then actually putting pressure on both Suicide Alley and the gate that initial engage has broken through here.
Yep.
So you kind of have like double pressure, and then that also allows when you get to the final gate here where our POV is standing right now, you can have a flanking force come in through Lord Room.
Not like this though. Oh,
not like that though. That was a devastating
support
hit.
Players up front. Everybody was outside. Being outside was too far away. They couldn't get there in time. Everybody was deleted. Nice plays by Giga, reading that very well and seeing that the wrong people had come forward.
Yeah, and Jesse Jane there nearly going down after coming out of that clerical, but getting heals while inside. We'll keep that player alive. That was a good little hit there. And it's enough to push initial engage just off a little bit. The Energy Shaper Beamer still doing work with that Soul Scythe combo there, applying pressure as well. But yeah, I mean, like I said, breach the Lord Room, breach the western side here. And then it forces, the defender to choose where they want to go. Are they going to give up defensive position and go out west and you can chase them? Or, if they go out west, you can choose to actually take control of the Lord Room itself, forcing the fight to happen, giving you also the opportunity to flip the castle into your hands as well. Kind of, it's saying, okay, well, if you want to give up the castle, we'll take it. If not, come fight us in the Lord Room, and we're not playing the door game, right? So that's how I like to play it. So, but right now, Ooh, nice little pick there from the Energy Shaper as well. George with his scouts, letting them know where to hit. It will pick off, and I believe that was an Innomatic Staff player there from initial engage. So another key defensive support role removed off the battlefield, at least for now. But do remember they have in-zone re-gears chosen.
That's going to help out a tremendous amount. Having your re-gears like in zone or a zone away really allows you to be a bit more aggressive, especially if you know that your opponent has a longer trip to take. If they have 2, 3, 4 zones to make the same kind of, re-gears, you're going to be in a good shape. You can push. You can be a little extreme. You can take a couple of flanks. You can use a bomb squad that's a little off, timing and doing something a little crazy, being aggressive. When you don't have re-gears, you have to play very conservatively.
Yeah, and I mean, Giga's kind of doing just that, right? Again, we don't know where Giga's actual re-gears are coming from. It could just be from Martlock Portal, which is, a couple zones away. But yeah, like having in-zone re-gears, you play a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
With 20 minutes to go, one gate still stands here. Plenty of time still to work with. I mean, some guilds choose to, start sieging a castle now. So, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Just push these guys off. Already out. Got them outside. Again, they're going to have to get these guys back, get them re-geared, getting them all sorted. But as you say, we've still got 19 minutes left. Only one door. Takes a lot of the pressure off. This is usually when we start to see the first groups taking out the first door. So there is time here.
Yeah, no third party showing up yet. That is very surprising. It's one of those zones where it's tucked away on the outskirts of the outlands here, tucked away on the far western side, just below Martlock Portal. Yep. Not a lot of the big guys tend to drift towards this area. It's normally mid-scale groups in the region of like a 20 to 40, or sometimes maybe a 60-man group will show up here, but that's quite rare. We shall see. We shall see.
Still playing very far back. Probably just waiting. To engage, waiting for their guys. I hope that's what's going on. This isn't some kind of strategy where like they'll come out of the castle.
Nah, I think they know that they're not coming outside the castle. One of the main shock holders, though, going to go down here for initial engage. That's the Golem Clump Maker. See how they respond to that. Ooh, Energy Shaper Beam of their own from initial engage. Firing back.
Very effective, fun weapon. Fun weapon.
Giga, having a taste of their own medicine.
They get zapped.
Yep. I think initial engage will wait for their main clump maker to come back in, but it does look like initial engage are doing what I said to do, and that is work on Suicide Alley. They have one door down already here on the eastern side. Secondary and final door at 15% as well. So yeah, they've been working slowly but surely on Suicide Alley, which will spice things up here shortly.
Well, if they can get two ways to attack these guys, it does, like you say, provides alternative egresses and makes it so you can hit from multiple angles, makes it harder to predict what your opponent's going to do. Gives them a little bit of room. But they need to do something, Rob, because I'm bored watching them hang out outside. Let's get inside. Plenty of time, but come on.
Plenty of time. But let's get this ball rolling.
Yeah. I got stuff to do.
Oh. OOC has been activated, at least here. This fight has been going on for 30 minutes already.
It's been a pretty long fight over here. Very conservative approach here by the guys in Bloods. See how they do. Come on, push forward. Let's go. Go Blood.
think, yeah, they're clump makers back now as well.
He's ready. They're ready. They're
Yep.
okay. I do see a bunch of movement now. It does look like they're all moving now as a bunch of tags.
And
Road north into the corner.
Suicide Alley still has one door remaining. Could actually be broken. Go double check. No, it's still up. Okay.
Opportunity here for a catch in the corner. Probably going to want to wait for these guys to just move in just a little bit. I do like how aggressive these guys are being here. They're not playing behind the gate and letting these guys come forward. They're saying, if you're going to come around the corner, we're going to grab you. We're going to play.
Yeah, and Giga needs to be careful as well about their positioning here now at this gate, because that energy shaper has hit once on that gate and has secured kills for initial engage. So they're kind of playing this very passively now, just waiting for initial engage to step up.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to go much farther than they are. I think that just coming outside the gate and waiting for these guys to turn the corner gives you a great opportunity, and you can see things for a mile. There's no way to get sniped. It's a pretty good spot, and you don't need to go all the way outside. Honestly, you know, it's like you're in a defensive spot. You've got all the advantages. Make them come to you. Make them make the play.
What they're doing here, obviously, as well, burning the clock.
100%. Grinding it down to 13 minutes, which is still plenty of time.
And I'm wondering when they're going to make their move. Obviously, they've primed Suicide Alley. It's on 2% the door. So one more whack there, and that door will go down. But this inner gate on the south side is still, you know, still quite high in health, 76%. But here we go. Giga's stepping out and securing one kill there. Initial engage falling all the way back outside castle. Carpet's coming down here, so Giga going to look for something at the gate. Another 2 members potentially going to go down after the clericals have faded, and they will. I don't know why initial engage gave up and came out. I kind of confused.
Hey, Robin, we had just spent this whole time saying they weren't going to come out, and you know what the internet loves to do?
Prove us wrong every single time.
Every single time.
Well, let's see if this is the right play here.
It's never the right play, Robin.
Never is. It
I mean,
never is.
At least Marchin may have heard us, and he's going to mount up, take his spies back in. Come on, go back in. He's going back in, right?
Yeah. I think
Yay,
initial engage.
good job, Marchin.
I think they failed to double OC. I think a lot of them failed to double OC potentially. I did hear 1 or 2 of them break.
I'm hearing it now.
Yeah, so they may just be resetting. They are coming back towards the castle. So they are making their way back. The fight will continue. And the Suicide Alley door is down. You can see it just to the eastern side of our POV here.
That gives them a second access level, but they do call it Suicide Alley for a reason, Robin. It's a dangerous place to go with a large group.
Let's see if it plays it to its name here today.
What I like is when you use a little bomb squad up there. Just a small group with a lot of support that can go in, take 1 or 2 shots, but it's really they're more of a distraction, like a thing to get the attention for a second so that a bigger play can be made. Occasionally, they can make a big play if the other group is fully engaged at the main gate, but you have to do so much to make that happen, and it's very, very dangerous. Getting everybody up here into the main hallway like this.
Yeah, it's tough. Hammers, though, starting to swing on that final gate here on the south side. Let's see if initial engage go for that pincer maneuver. Do they send a group in through Suicide Alley and flood the south here with this group, or?
Look at all those guys on that south wall. What a target here for Marchin here. He's got to be seeing that and go, we got to make a plan. Where's my buddy on the hand of justice here? We got to go 1-2. There he goes. Here's yeah.
Great defensives and the energy shaper beam into the back lines. Bacho there securing a handful of kills. I believe that was with the Mist Piercer combo as well. And that will open up the floodgates. And Giga, they know they have momentum here, but they don't capitalize because initial engage were able to withstand the main Zerg engagement. Giga not overextending their mark here.
I feel like that first hit too hard and caused Blood to move back farther than what Marchin wanted. Because when they moved back, most of his targets were gone. And they moved back because the hit was so effective. If it was a little less effective and just drew out some of those defensives without dropping the HP bars down so low, I think they would have stayed.
Yeah, I think so as well. But initial engage really need to work on their positioning here. They know where they're getting hit from. They've been hit there many of times now. Like, they need to hug this south wall to get towards this gate here. But I don't know. 9 minutes and counting. So far, so good. Here they go. Slowly starting to creep back in.
As they creep in, Marchin is just looking for that target. He's waiting for that second group to overextend so he can tell his guys to take that shot, absorb some defenses, maybe get him to bait out 1 or 2, and he's got that hand of justice hanging out right next to him, getting ready to find that big target, pull it in, and blow it up. And he's got a group over there in Suicide Alley, too, keeping an eye. I like that.
Is that bomb squad that is playing via Lord Room as well, so they have full eyes on that Suicide Alley play. We'll relay it back to the shot caller here, of course. And initial engage backing further and further away from the castle once again here. And Zero Anthrax did get left to die in Suicide Alley last time. He is still there now, but Giga a little bit worried about getting baited out, it seems like.
Well, this is like the most dangerous time for them. They've got 7 minutes left. They only have to hold for a little while longer, then they can get out of here with the loot. This is the time where they need to be careful and not make any last-minute mistakes. On the other side, though, for Blood and initial engage, the clock is ticking now. Remember, we've been saying, Robin, they have time. They have time. They have time. They're running out of time, Robin.
Yeah, they really are. And heck, I think right now, initial engage should just flood Suicide Alley. You know, drop a carpet down, just get in there and gain control of Lord Room, and then just take the fight from there. Because this what they're doing here just is not working.
This isn't working. If they do Suicide Alley, though, they have to do wave it. They can't go all at once. They've got to make sure that they can get in either the first wave or the second wave. I don't care which one gets blown up, but one of them has to get through untouched and put some pressure on the mid and back lines of scavengers. And without doing something, nothing's going to happen here. They are just going to get ground down at this front entrance, like you said.
Yep, and here we go. Doing what they've been doing time and time again. Is it going to work out this time? We'll wait and see. Positioning, though, they are hugging along the wall. At least for the main part here, but here we go. Advancing forward, looking for something. Defensives are preemptively popped here, and it will stop any engage coming out here from Giga. Both sides resetting. George White there, securing another 3 kills, by the way. So he did connect. He did find the backlines, hitting that same location once again.
just getting space here. Nobody making any commitments yet, and it's time to make a commitment. Like, they either have to start smashing this gate or go through another direction. They can't hang out here. This is just this is wasting time. And here we go. Here's bomb. Not gonna reach.
Redwell. Counter punch coming in here. Handled well as well. Energy Shaper Beam from the south side. Not going to connect onto anything. Secondary punch coming in here. And it's going to be a nice little counter punch. Securing 4 kills on that clump. 4 minutes to go here.
Run, they're out of time. I just, unless there's some last minute push through Suicide Alley, they're out of time.
Yep, this is pretty much done and dusted here. Unless Giga, you know, do something incredibly stupid.
Well, I mean, why change the pattern they've been doing so far?
Yep, hopefully they don't take the bait. They will just keep doing what they've been doing. I think initial engage may have noticed that the time is up here.
I mean, we're past the time is up. It's 3 minutes. There ain't nothing. I mean, I don't even know if...
The only way, right, is if they, you know, faux send it Suicide Alley, which is...
That's it. They're not... Well, they're running... They're moving there.
Right now.
They're moving there now. They needed to be there 30 seconds ago. They are a minute behind. Good luck.
Yep. Well, they are burning
this is
defensive.
easy to read. You need to be doing this as a split push so that you can grab your opponent's attention. You know?
Yeah. Giga doing just fine here. They just push them back. They don't overextend.
No. I mean, they overextended a little bit, but weren't punished for it. Once you go past that pillar up top, you can get hit by the lower level and absolutely blown up without, you know, really being to see it because they have the south vision advantage. They can start carpeting to you before you see it. But no plans to punish that. Just rotations.
Two minutes to go here. Oh, a solid defense here from Giga Scavengers today. A 45-minute hold inside the castle. But it's not over until that chest is opened. And here we go, initial engage creeping up. A split push here, great arcane utilized. We have 1 or 2 members breaking through already. Not sure why the chariot used its defensive there for initial engage. That big bubble is a major defensive. That group was completely great arcane stop there, so bit of a waste. Now with 60 seconds to go till we're at the top of the hour. It looks like initial engage may be just looking to faux send it any second now.
I mean, the gates are closed. We're reset.
Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, they did. Wait, they didn't damage the gates for 15 minutes. So the castle reset. So like the castle has a reset timer. If you don't attack the gates, the castle does fully reset itself.
I think I've seen this happen 3 times.
Wow, that is Ay, ay, ay.
How did they not hit that front gate in the last 15 minutes, dude?
I don't know. Well,
all right. Well,
there
that
we
was a
go.
fun war report. Thank you guys for watching here on Albion Asia today, where we get all the best action. And we'll be back again on Tuesday for another round of this. Hopefully, we will get a little bit more fights over territories, and or at least if we do watch castles, the guys who are attacking the castle know the rules. We're going to be back in a couple of hours. We do have a short break coming up, but we will be back with an EU war report today at 18 UTC, followed by a 2-hour 20v20 event that you guys can join. Over on the Americas server, we will be inviting everybody to join us and play some 20v20s. Lupak is leading one team, Tazik is leading the other, and we'll be fighting for about 2 hours. Everybody who comes is welcome to join. Anybody who participates will be able to walk away with a prize. Those prizes include 7 days of premium and 800 gold. Not too shabby. Depending on what you need, you can get it. But thank you guys for watching. And Robin, do you have anything else to say before we head out? Maybe one final bit of critique for this fight?
Not really. I think you covered it when need to figure out how to play the castles correctly. But yeah,
Learn the
I
rules.
don't
That's
want to
it,
go
yeah.
too hard on them. It was a
No, I
decent
don't.
fight anyway.
They're newer and like they've been participating and they didn't get wiped. So guys, like it's not that bad. Just slow. Just need to be faster. Need to learn where you need to go, which alleys to take, which timings to do. Watch the show more often. Watch us when we're watching castles. We will crap on everybody, and through that crapping, you can learn what you're supposed to do by hearing what you're not supposed to do.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we'll be telling people how to play the game correctly once again at 18 UTC for the European War Report. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and wherever you are in the world, have a glorious morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. Adios.
See you soon.